What is up, guys? Matthew here, and today I'm bringing you guys part 2 of our Bloodborne Let's Play. And where we left off, we explored some of the sewers, and I kind of died on the way up the ladder. So in this episode, I hope to almost finish the sewers, not explore all of it because I'm kind of on a time limit, and get my new weapon, level up some, and plus 2 or 3 my weapon, dependent on what kind the amount of redstone charge I have. So we're just gonna run past these 2 nether beasts here, because if I fight them, I won't have as many Molotov cocktails as I would like for the first boss fight, and time consuming. So I already picked up, if you guys haven't seen the last episode, there are 2 bloodstone shards around that area. And we were introduced to the this new enemy, which is, I believe it's called the Fredonized, I'm not going to pronounce that, Rare Beast. And there's 2 versions of him. This guy who attacks very slow but very fast, hurts a lot. And he's actually really easy to kill, even if you just have a, even if you haven't leveled up yet, as I haven't, since I lost all my blood echoes. But these guys are the ones who actually have to look out for. They attack fast, they hurt a lot, and they have a lot more health. So right now I'm just waiting for him to get down so I can do a plunging attack on him, and trying to see the enemy with the purple eyes in order to kill him so I can get my blood echoes back, which I don't find. If you guys don't know what that's all about, enemies now have a chance of picking up your blood stain, and you have to kill that specific enemy to get back your blood echoes. So I'm looking around here, I believe I get hit a little bit, and I just kind of give up. These walkers here, I'm not sure what they are. I just call them walkers in The Walking Dead. They hurt a lot. If you guys ever got hit by them, they hurt a lot. So right now we're gonna head up here and pick up a very crucial item, and I believe the item is called the Tiny Music Box. And what the Tiny Music Box allows us to do is it gives us an advantage towards the second boss fight, because it allows us to stagger that boss for a brief moment of time, for a brief period of time, and get a critical hit on him. Let's sneak up on this giant, perform a visceral attack. Like I said in the last video, charge R2 and R1. He drops some blood vials, and right here is another shortcut from near the beginning-ish of the game to the sewers, obviously. And as you can see, an NPC is right there. We know this by the kind of burning incense. So this is the young Iranian girl. So she gave us a lot of information right there, if you guys haven't picked up on it. She basically said her mother went to look for her father, but forgot the one thing that calms him down whenever he gets crazy. And that's not only that, but she also says, "Oh, are you a hunter? I'm not sure, I can't hear you, but I can smell you. I know that scent." Which means hunters have a particular scent compared to regular villagers, which I'm not sure if that's crucial to the entire lore of the game at all, but it's a cool note to note. So you got the Tiny Music Box, and as I said before, it allows us to stagger the second boss for a brief period of time, and just to get a critical hit. Critical hits do a lot of damage to that boss. But we're gonna head up here. You can attract the attention of 2 snipers and another pole sword enemy, and just try not to. I would suggest waiting until the snipers do a little loop around, and so you can go ahead, go up the stairs, and we are about to meet another NPC, which is kind of well hidden. You guys just have to go past this. There's a little gate where they drop down into. And I'm just gonna see an enemy following me, so I'm gonna have to lay the hurt on him, pick up a cold blood dude. And this is one of the easier ones to kill, but he's not the one with the pole sword who attacks faster. Taking about a gun, 6, 7-ish hits, but this weapon is not upgraded, nor have it upgraded my stats. So right now we have some items on the chains, and the blunderbuss is really good for this, and the assault cleaver extended. The blunderbuss mainly because it's kind of like a spray, like a shotgun, and the assault cleaver extended because it does kind of a like a spear-ish lunge in a way. So right here, we are going to meet another NPC, and this NPC is named Elieen the Crow.
A hunter, are you? And an outsider? What a mess you've been here.
It says raise the volume so you guys can hear your voices better.
Still lingering about. What's wrong? A hunter unnerved by a few beasts.
Alright, so we got a very cool gesture, which is one of my favorites next to the respect and deep respect gestures. Shake off cape, which I actually use a lot, even when I'm just, you know, solo fighting bosses. What would be really cool is if the blood just like came off your clothes whenever you did that. So I'm followed by another one of the enemies I did that hard one, the one that attacks very fast. So I'm just trying to run away. We picked up 2 bloodstone shards, and there's another item as you can see, and we're gonna go back to get that item because it is our weapon upgrade for this area. And I would suggest if you guys are doing a skill-based playthrough for the first part to get that weapon because it scales much better with this skill stat. And skill in this game is the equivalent of dexterity from Dark Souls and Dark Souls 2. So it's a saw spear. One special thing about the saw spear is that its R2 attack extended is a thrust attack, and most enemies in this game don't have very good thrust defense, as do we, so that's going to be very effective for crowd control and just, you know, singular enemies. So we picked up the Man-Man's Knowledge right there. If you guys don't know what that does, in the first part I was talking about the plain doll, and in order to activate the plain doll you'd have to have at least gone to the Hunter's Dream at least one time, and then when you return, have a point of insight. So, Madman's Knowledge grant you a point of insight, and there's another one, a Great One's Knowledge, I believe it's called, and that gives you 2 insights. Insights are used for multiplayer. They're this game's version of humanity. So, yeah, pretty cool. Here's another thick cold blood up there that we're not gonna get this time around. Maybe later. I can't be sure about that. So let's go down this ladder. If you look up on the little scaffolds, I'm not sure what to call it, there's some crazed crows, and they will jump down and attack you. This is kind of a hidden item, not so much so. A Bloodstone Shard of 8, which means we can plus 1 our weapon right now, since plus 1 takes 3 and plus 2 takes 5, so we're gonna have to get another one to plus 2 our weapon. And this is the board. It's kind of challenging if you don't have enough stamina. You could run the entire tunnel, but if you can hit it, you survive. But it's a mission. Two attacks, drops some blood vials, and here we have the Saw Hunter badge. And what this badge allows us to do is purchase the starting weapons and the Hunter pistol. The starting weapons include, but are not limited to, Saw Cleaver, Hunter's Axe, Hunter Pistol, and the Threaded Cane. And for skill builds, I recommend the Threaded Cane if you guys do not want to use the Saw Spear. But that's just a little tip, but my preference is the Saw Spear because of the dust. So up here we're approaching a second bridge, and if you go left and keep going left, you'll get to the second boss, but we're not going to do that obviously, because we want to get the blood totals for the first boss. So we're approached by a giant here, just R2, you see, that's the Saw Spear's aggressive attack. And before we go on the bridge, we're going to go and try to pick up a Bloodstone Shard, which is a random drop from the pole sword enemies. So if you guys want to find that so you can have a plus 3 up in before the first boss, go right ahead, but I'm just gonna hope the best. And I actually do get a drop from this guy, and that basically gave me a +2 weapon, and that was very, very helpful. You can see crowd control, very, very good. Picked up some, I don't think I picked up the bold hunter's mark that was there. If I didn't, there's some right there. I just kind of like walked past it. So there are actually 4 or 5 enemies on this bridge, but the flaming ball of death took care of them all. If you guys look, this is there's a ladder right before the tunnel which the evil boar was in. That's the ladder that leads to the entrance of that tunnel, which you could have taken. But I chose to do the evil boar way just to get the soul hunter badge and I just use the man knowledge there, so when we get back to Hunter's Dream I can just, you know, level up. And I'm just showing you guys this way because that's another entrance to the sewers that we didn't go. And there's actually another NPC there that we'll probably talk to once we beat the second boss, because she's very helpful later on. She gives you a lot of helpful items. So we're back here to the lamp, and there's an NPC here named Gilbert, and he's infected with the plague of beasts.
Oh, you must be a hunter, and not one from around here either. I'm Gilbert, a fellow outsider. You must have had a fine time of it. Yharnam has a special way of treating guests. Well, I don't think I could stand if I wanted to, but I'm willing to help. If there's anything that can be done. This town is cursed. Whatever your reasons might be, you should plan a swift exit. Whatever can be gained from this place, it will do more harm than good. Pale blood, you say? Never heard of it. But if it's blood you're interested in, you should try the Healing Church. The church controls all knowledge on blood ministration and all varieties of blood. Across the valley to the east of Yharnam lies the town of the Healing, and deep within Cathedral, the birthplace. Yharnamites don't share much with outsiders. Normally they wouldn't let you meet. The hunt is on tonight.
So, as you can see, he's sick, he's not doing too well. Later on in the game, before the final boss, we will come back here. He will have, and he'll give us a rune. I believe the rune is Beasts. And we're just heading back to the Hunter's Dream right now to level up. And once we head back to the Hunter's Dream, you're going to see there are 2 changes. 1, the plain daw standing up, and 2, there is some messengers right next to the plain daw, and they will give you your first chance of multiplayer, the beckoning bell and the silencing blank. Beckoning bell
Hello,
is
good hunter.
how
I am a doll.
start up multiplayer.
Here
If you
in
want to
this
summon
dream
people,
to look
you use the
after
beckoning
you,
bell. If you
honorable
want to be
hunter,
summoned by
and
people,
you will
you use the
twin
small resonant bell, which you buy at the instant messenger
Very
shop.
well.
To get that shop unlocked, you have to at least have 10 insight. The silencing blank is if you do not want to play online anymore. So
Feral.
this has been part 2. We're just gonna +2 our weapon real quick, as you can see the last weapon shard. I'm not sure if we really needed it, but yeah, we got +2 weapon, pretty good sailing. I believe it's like 110 our damage attack rating is. So that's part 2. See you tomorrow with part 3. This is Matthew, and I'm out.